Howdy, my name is Rainey Johnson, and this is my protostome video over the organism clam. For the introduction of this organism, we'll be talking about the clam, obviously, and another name for that is the bivalve, and this is from Latin, so bis meaning two, and valve meaning opens the door, meanings leaves of door because it opens and closes. Um, and that's how it releases waste, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But yes, so the clam is actually like the muscle, but it has an exoskeleton to protect the fragile body. And then that's a sketch of what it looks like. So the natural habitat, clams can be found in both freshwater and marine environments across the globe. They specifically thrive in like sandy, muddy places. Like you wouldn't really find them where there's like rocky, but you'll definitely find them where it's like muddy and sandy. And like sometimes if you walk along the coast like Galveston, you can see them like burying themselves back into the water after a wave is hit on the coast. So places like coasts, deep oceans, lakes, or anywhere with like kind of like a muddy area, you can spot these. And it has a burrowing ability, which you'll see a little later. How does it retrieve food? So the way that the clam retrieves food is honestly interesting, and I kind of learned a lot by doing this. Um, but basically they have feeding filters, and in most mollusks, which is the phylum it's under, also have feeding filters, meaning so they draw in the water and they will sip up like plankton and other organisms that are good for nutrition and using the gills and the pores of the gills, as noted in the sketch. And then after they've filtered through this water, got the organisms, they then release the filtered water. So it's honestly very good for the environment in the water quality. So yes, they thrive in aquatic environments. They don't have teeth, but they do get nutrition and food from sucking water in. What is the predator-prey relationship? So clams are prey to many animals like crabs, fish, birds, crawfish, frogs, and other mammals. And they eat, like I've talked about, like plankton. They normally do like little organisms. They don't necessarily eat anything big. They have two really interesting traits. They have the burrowing ability, which I talked about, avoids predation and um, gives them a way to hide if they need to. And then they have very long lifespans. They can live honestly over 400 years. So I thought that was really cool. The tree of life. So the clam is under the phylum mollusks, and they are similar to oysters, but they're in their own thing. And then they also have a couple different types underneath, like the Mediterranean mussel, the Pacific geoduck, and other things as well. They also include more than 15,000 species, which are mostly adapted to the aquatic life and filter feeding. Next, we can show a video of burrowing. So super interesting, gives them a way to leave. And then the importance, they have a very vital role in the ecosystem because they can maintain the water quality as talked about earlier. And then they also provide a great source of nutrition to so many people, but also other organisms across the globe. And then this is the reference page. So I hope you learned a little bit about clams and their lifestyle. Thank you so much. Thanks, and Gigum.